Hey guys, welcome back to Experimental Reality, the 18th greatest podcast on the internet. I'm here once again with my co-host Cheyenne
What it do?
and Josh.
Where are the other 17? That's what I want to know.
No free ads.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I got to think now. Last podcast on the left is better than us. My favorite murder, better than us.
Not another D&D podcast.
Better than us. Critical Role, better than us.
No, there's really isn't
Dave.
really a podcast. It's just their recorded session
I mean,
uploaded.
so is NADPod.
Dave.
No, theirs is
Ramsey's
actually edited, so
podcast.
Dave Ramsey doesn't have a
Yeah,
podcast.
he
Does
does.
he?
It's literally just his radio show transcript.
I mean, we're one above. We're one below Ben Shapiro and one above Joe Rogan. So
All right.
anyway, welcome
that
back,
works.
guys. Glad you decided to spend some more of your precious free time with us. Even if it was by mistake.
Yeah.
I have to assume it was.
If it was by mistake, the clickbait worked. We
Yes,
got it.
we got him, boys.
Or it was just like Aaron just like forcing people to listen to it for us.
Thanks, Aaron. Aaron actually is just playing it over the loudspeakers at the movie theater.
Okay.
Instead of music, it's just our podcast.
Our
We're like, what is
podcast.
it?
I dig it.
It's like morbid curiosity. You know, if you drive by a car crash and you
Uh.
want to drive slow to be like, wow, was someone really badly hurt?
Like, it's like so horrific you want to look away, but you
Mhm.
can't look away.
My thoughts are just like, ooh, I hope somebody died.
That is
Anyway.
Good content.
dark.
Good content.
That's
Content. Cheyenne hopes for death.
a
but
dark
not his own.
turn. Oh boy.
I would say how was your week, but it's been like an hour and 15 minutes since we last recorded, so
What are we covering today?
we're covering lots of stuff, as in week preview, you know, as we did last time. We had a
Okay.
double session.
Yeah.
How do you think your week will go? We're going to cover the difference between your vocation and your avocation. I will explain when we get to that segment.
I don't have vocation.
We're going to be covering mobile games on your phone.
Crash game.
We're going to be covering YouTube genre, and we're going to be looking back at our summers. So
Okay.
and then
We
we'll
still
be
have like a month left. Let's not do that yet.
where we're gonna because it's
Drive
gonna make us
me
feel bad.
scared.
I have
No.
4 weeks of work remaining.
Oh,
Oh, only like 2 paychecks.
I get a paycheck every
so
week, so
poor.
I get 4 paychecks. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Although,
That's how I got my paychecks.
Yeah, I
last
believe
summer.
we've determined that I'm the worst paid person.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
actually doing something with your career.
I'm doing something with my
I mean,
career
maybe.
that's
Okay.
paying for my school.
Yeah, what you say to the guy that's
Okay.
going to NASA.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think I'm doing something. With
Sorry, I'll step down real fast. My bad.
Hey, you're doing great too, buddy.
Hey, yeah,
Are you gonna design me my shirt or what?
You're doing. We have the design already.
No,
I
it's
would.
for something else.
Oh, this is not for ER shirts.
No, it's for my Jack Avery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They say
I messaged him a contract offering.
you're.
I got it at work and I was like, cool, I'm not gonna like take the time to actually think about this right now.
Talk about that.
Go
We'll
ahead,
later when we make
Josh.
plans in the podcast.
I
Go ahead.
s- all right. I just forgot what. Oh yeah, you're doing something with your career. You're doing this podcast, which you needed to
Good experience.
I mean,
sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't really get paid for it, so it's not like I
Well,
could
no.
like.
But you're getting experience, and maybe someday we might make a few dollars when Aaron decides that he's gonna join premium or something.
We'll
Once we
just
get a
well,
Patreon.
I like how
Yeah.
Aaron's become like a 4th unofficial, like
Just
just
the unofficial member of the pod.
yeah.
when is he gonna guest star?
Never.
Oh,
He's just gonna be a 4th unofficial
There's
member of the podcast
Podcast I
indefinitely.
listened to. One guy, a running joke. That one guy really wanted a pod. They just never let him.
Oh, and the other thing I was gonna say is, how do you know that Aaron's real? Like, we all know if
That's
he's
Yeah,
true.
we've
real or
met
not.
Aaron.
But maybe we're just making him up though.
I
Maybe
have an
he's just-
idea.
You didn't get his ticket.
Yeah.
I have an idea for thing. I'll talk about it after the podcast because it's gonna be great.
Idea for like additional content.
An idea for a possible meme that'll play out. It'll be great.
Excellent.
Yeah,
All right,
just
we'll-
remind me
we'll-
afterwards. So, what are you planning to do with your week, Luke?
Oh yeah. So I guess we will cover that. Well, I am going to be at work most of it. And then after, so like tomorrow, today's Saturday that we're recording. So by the time you hear last week's podcast, it will be over. But I am entering a professional wrestling match.
It'll be a week over this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
yeah.
But we'll get the highlights up on Twitter. Even if you'll
There
see
will
the
Okay.
be.
You guys keep on saying they're gonna send me stuff for the Twitter account. You guys never send it. I never got pictures.
Oh,
From,
that's because I always forget by the end of the
Yeah,
podcast that I told you I was going to send anything.
Luke said he was gonna send me stuff a couple weeks ago. I don't know. I've never gotten anything.
I just
By
didn't
we, I mean Josh. Josh will do it.
I just didn't
Yeah.
send you the picture because it's my picture and I want the rights to it.
That's fine.
I'm just kidding. I just forgot.
Fair.
So yeah, the tomorrow afternoon, I did training and stuff I've been talking about on the podcast. Well, tomorrow afternoon I will be actually competing in a match. So I'm pretty excited, to be honest. I haven't gotten my gear yet; it hasn't arrived. So looks like I'll just be wrestling in shorts and like a t-shirt, which is pretty generic, but whatever.
Don't break your neck.
Gonna break my neck. You can't stop me.
What is it like the full arm bar?
The full arm knuckle. That's my finishing move.
The full arm.
I take the
knuckle.
opponent's arms and I stretch them like this, and then as soon as they start crying, I let them go.
All right.
But not before then.
I meant a full arm bar or whatever.
I mean, arm bars are cool, yeah.
Isn't like the full arm bar like an easy way to break something? That's why they're like banned in wrestling. Not
An
like
arm bar is on your arm.
that's like where you put your arms behind.
That's a full Nelson.
Oh, that's what a full Nelson is like.
An arm bar is where you put their arm between your legs and you crank on it.
Okay.
It is a
Yeah.
very easy way to snap someone's arm, but
Okay.
want me to
Not their
demonstrate on
neck.
you?
It's
Not their
kind of
neck.
pretty hard to break
Yeah.
their neck.
It's not a very real position of strength. Do
This
you, want,
just
do you want me to
shows-
test the arm bar on you?
No, this just
Okay.
shows how much I know
I
about
want to
wrestling.
see it. We
No.
have a video, by the way. Again.
we?
Yeah.
What video?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah,
we have a video
yeah.
on the podcast again.
Hi.
Hello. For those of you
Oh.
watching on YouTube.
I
For those
just-
of you not watching on YouTube,
I say you'll miss.
listen
some,
to the podcast and then go watch it on YouTube. We need the views.
Yeah, I say you'll see some extra stuff like earlier in the pod. I like gave a weird look to the camera, which Cheyenne then noticed. And
There's
I got to
you can see
talk.
the subtleties
Some
there's-
between
yeah.
all of
There's
us.
I'm thinking about possibly editing. There's a clip where I'm talking about last week's pod where I was talking about Prime Day, and we were watching it back, and Josh just has this like disappointed father look on his face, and it's absolutely priceless.
It's probably because
so
you
good.
constantly complain about being broke and then spent probably $200 Prime
I
Day.
don't complain about being broke. That's you.
Oh, that's true.
Say, I
Because
complain
you know
about,
why?
I
Because
say-
I'm broke.
I complain about being broke all the time. Yet like all my schooling's paid for through my work, and I'm like actually putting money away. But then I
I
still
hate-
complain about being broke.
I hate both of you. I just want to say.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, I know you're new to like having your own mic, but you don't need to lean that.
I mean, the sound trifle doesn't pick me up.
I know, but you were like,
Yeah, it's not.
Hey, it's a beautiful mic, and I want to kiss it.
You're also like sometimes like a whisper talk. It's like weird. Did you just kiss your mic? Oh
A little
my-
bit.
if you guys are listening to this right now, go watch the video.
You should
It's-
definitely watch the video. You're missing so much.
It's
Luke,
great. It's a
Luke
good
makes
time.
out with his mic on air.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
it was just a little peck on the cheek.
Luke is this desperate
So,
and lonely.
with that going, Cheyenne, tell me about your
No,
week
no,
preview.
Josh.
Josh, tell me about your week
I'm
preview.
going to Tennessee.
Oh,
Yeah, that's basically it.
does that mean you're not eating lunch with me this week?
So yeah, I told you that, didn't I?
I mean, you might have. I probably forgot.
Well, I'm pretty
I'm
sure I did.
90% sure I have undiagnosed ADHD, so I forget things all of the time.
and get super distracted?
That's
I
not
wasn't listening.
inherent to ADHD though, forgetting stuff.
I mean, yeah. Okay, look, we'll put it this way. I took a do you have ADHD quiz online because I was curious.
Those are so reliable.
I mean-
Turns out I actually have cancer.
Turns out I have brain cancer, so this might be my last episode.
All right.
But
That's all right. We'll just replace you.
I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. Cheyenne is too, and Cheyenne knows me better than I know myself at this
Yeah.
point. So
Wait, were you not recording there for a while?
No, it's recording.
Oh, you
I
unplugged your headset.
I unplugged the headset. I have my headset hanging right here, and I like moved my hand and just like yoinked it out because apparently it's really sensitive. So it just like fell out. And I'm like, what? I put it back in.
hate it when that
Alright.
happens.
I thought for a second that we lost you. Like we weren't recording your
we were
voice.
recording. It's just me and Josh talking to the ether.
Yeah.
Don't lean out of frame.
I was doing it all the time last.
Cheyenne, tell us about your week now.
I'll probably work and sleep. Oh, I am gonna try to get a better routine going and actually wake up and be like up around 10 usually, and I want to try and stream for like an hour to 2 hours before I go to work
Dope.
starting this week.
But what time is that going to be?
That'll be probably like either 11 to 1 or like 11 to 12, 11 to 1, right around that area.
That's in Central Time for those of
Yeah.
you.
That's gonna be like really.
No, that'll be early. That'll be in the
Oh,
morning.
oh,
Like during the day while we're at work.
Crap. Okay.
Yeah.
You can watch on our lunch break.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You can use your data for it.
I don't have data. I've
Well,
never
guess we're not
really needed
watching.
it, so I've never gotten it. 'cause
Thanks,
it's
guys.
Expensive.
I use data. I use my data mostly for navigating.
I was gonna say something.
Please go ahead.
I keep
Go
forgetting.
ahead.
Yep. Nope. Forgot.
Oh, another one for the Josh soundboard.
Honestly, by the time like we get to like episode 15, we're actually gonna have enough sound effects to
We
like,
might actually be
have
able to. Yeah.
a
Josh
sound pack.
soundboard. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, speaking of that, I have the capabilities to do soundboards now.
Excellent. So
I'm
we
kinda
need to get a
scared.
soccer talk one recorded.
And now
Starting-
for soccer talk.
So here's the funny thing. There's a club
That's
in
been soccer
England.
talk.
I gotta bleep that out.
I don't know if it made it on
Oh
there.
come on! It wasn't that bad of a word.
Okay,
I don't know
anyways.
if the microphone caught it.
That was
So-
soccer talk. Now I have to remember this for next 2 weeks from now. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so speaking of soccer talk,
I
Star Wars
remember.
talk.
Nothing. I don't know.
Star Wars talk is over.
Yeah, I don't have anything. All right,
I'll just give you as much time as you give me.
that's fair. That's fair. No, I was gonna ask what. No, I forgot again. I remembered and I forgot.
My plan.
Oh, I remember. I actually remember now.
Hey Josh, you're here. Bring it down to here.
Okay.
Can we put that on the
Already.
soundboard where Josh
You
says
forgot
okay
already.
I'm
17
gonna
times?
remember this time. It's so minor though.
This is high quality content.
Josh has lost it again. I guarantee you it's gone.
No, I'm holding on to it just barely.
Come on, Josh, you got it.
So my work week's gonna
No,
be kind of
no,
boring.
it's about your
Yeah, tell me
streaming.
more, please.
It's about your streaming. Please, can I just
If you're not watching the video, you need to because the look on Josh's face is just sheer agony.
Okay.
Please, Josh, continue.
Okay. So, are you
So
starting
your work week-
streaming the week after this records? It's gonna be the week before this goes up, like this next upcoming week. But that was the whole entire question I've been struggling to add.
That was a massive letdown.
I know.
Yeah, I was expecting a bigger build up.
No, that's all it was.
Build-up was huge. There was just
Yeah. Okay, so
like Game of Thrones season 8.
I guess I'm gonna
Who, get
try.
him?
I'm going to try. I guess technically last week, I'm gonna start trying to get on this routine. So hopefully it's actually in full motion.
Okay, so by the time this goes up, you'll have a whole week already on your.
Hypothetically.
So if you're watching this and you go on Twitch and you don't see that he streamed for the last week, you know that. Or if he did, then you know that he succeeded.
So basically, I'm salty on Twitch, by the way. If you're not familiar with that, just give him a favorite, follow. Costs you nothing.
Yeah.
favorite follow.
Make him your favorite follow. You have Twitch Prime, subscribe with that.
But if I'm not routinely streaming, if you join the Discord, just spam me messages and say that I'm slacking, and hopefully it'll break down my confidence low enough to where I finally like cry and then start streaming.
Like
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but
crying from laughter.
if you have Discord or if you don't have Discord, you should definitely check it out. The cool like messaging app service. We have a link to ours in our Twitter
You can-
sidebar. I think it's in the
I need to
YouTube.
put it on Twitter. It's on
Okay.
YouTube. You can find it under all of our YouTube.
So definitely get
Yeah.
in there, check it out. You can interact with other fans. You can interact with us. You can send me abusive hate mail.
Or me.
Yeah, you can.
No, please send me abusive hate mail. It's fun.
What's our email address?
It's not at anything. Experimental reality podcast at gmail.com.
That's something.
At Gmail. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then our Twitter is Experimental Reality Podcast, which
No.
is
Oh, yeah.
at
It's at ER
ER not ER1.
No, it's at ER pod.
ER Pod.
So
So yeah,
yeah,
go in,
please.
go on
We'd
Twitter.
love to hear
and
from you. Send us questions for the mailbox.
I'm actually gonna be doing daily polls now. It looks like because I put a poll up there, which was like, it got some people to answer it, and then I put up another poll. It was like, hey, should I do daily polls? And it looks like people want daily polls. So it looks like we'll be doing daily-ish polls on Twitter. So
Daily-ish polls. You heard it from the mouth
Yeah.
of Josh.
although I say a lot of things I'm going to do and they don't happen.
True. Me too.
I
So.
mean, we say that we're gonna send you photos, and then we never do.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of
Sometimes I
things we
say I'm
we're
going to go to bed
do, we
early and
don't.
then I go to sleep.
Sometimes we say that we're gonna get better about not interrupting each other, and then we still do it.
True.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
So,
That was dead.
do you have anything else you're doing this week, Cheyenne? For real though?
Working, sleeping, hopefully streaming. Don't know of anything. I guess technically when this goes up, last Saturday, instead of recording a podcast, we played D&D, and hopefully that goes
True.
good.
Yeah.
It's been a long time
I still don't know where.
here. We
Yeah,
have to video it. We have
Luke,
to
you're
video
not
chat.
We don't need to play. We don't need to make.
yeah, dude, you're not getting picked up.
Okay.
The mics.
You're like you're chill, fam.
I just keep noticing like you're
rocking.
talking and then you back up just like.
Well, yeah,
instantly.
he
So,
like
okay.
backs up and like.
Yeah.
shifts.
So hopefully that all goes well, and we'll figure that out. But we don't need to make plans on the podcast. People hate that. Specifically my sister. So
Nice. Also, hi, Luke's sister.
hi Abby, how's it going?
Hi.
I wasn't.
I don't
gonna
think she
name
watches on
drop
YouTube,
you,
but- Eh,
Okay, what's
whatever.
Let's keep this rolling. What's next on
Yeah,
our
yeah.
agenda?
Next on our agenda is vocation versus avocation. And I know you guys don't know what that means, but I'll explain
I
it
know
quick.
what
I know what
vocation.
evocation is.
I know what vocation is.
So okay,
So we know we just need to mesh our intelligence.
he knows what evocation is.
Evocation. is something
evocation.
completely different.
Yeah. So basically, vocation. Stop. This is your fault. Your vocation is what you do, right?
Yep.
Whether you are an intern or a McDonald's line cook or a machine operator,
Or engineer or president
Or,
of the United
yeah,
States
lawyer,
of America.
right? That is what
Politician.
you do to make money. And then your avocation is spelled the same but with an A in front.
What you do to lose money.
Nice. I mean, you're not entirely wrong,
Oh,
but
okay.
your avocation is your passion project.
So like the podcast more.
Right.
So am I?
So that's what
streaming?
I'm asking is like, what is you guys' obviously you don't have to say your full vocation. Like, yeah, I work at this place and that place and I'm time to this time because we don't want to dox ourselves. But basically,
By
what do
the
you guys
way,
what do you guys do for a job?
We record at this address that I'm about to say. Somebody please interrupt me.
420 69th Street.
There we go.
There
That's
we
it.
go.
Yeah, Niceville, USA.
I was gonna say Memeville, USA.
Fair enough. So anyway, just talk for a bit about your vocation versus your avocation.
Avocation is passion project, like enjoyment.
Right.
But like this podcast.
So talk about your own versions of those things.
Okay. I mean, Josh, do you want to go first?
Sure. I mean, my vocation would be that, I'm going to school to become a technician and engineer, and I work currently as a maintenance technician intern, which means I supposedly fix stuff. As in, like, sometimes they make me fix stuff, sometimes I other things, like doors and whatever. It's maintenance, so we have to keep the factory running. I guess for avocation, this podcast, I guess, I like reading comics and like watching movies, and is that like avocation?
No, avocation is more of a project, something you do,
Okay.
rather than.
So this podcast, I write poetry. I'm
Really?
I was alright. I have entered some of my poetry in some different competitions, and I think I got like SDS.
Cool.
Got like published in like. So that was fun, I guess. I'm okay enough at poetry, so
Now, is your NASA thing technically
would that be an
avocation
avocation?
or
I mean, I would still consider it training for a vocation. Because a vocation, you don't necessarily make.
I'm not
know,
making
'cause
money off of this.
The NASA thing is still to like get experience
Yeah,
or
okay.
future job.
Yeah, see, I guess I never really like learned all of what the NASA thing like was for. Like I heard you talk about like what it was, but I didn't know like what is it, like an internship type thing, or is it like a
Sorta, but not really. It's
I
it's actually
one-off?
the actual program is called NCAS. Shout out to NASA and their program NCAS, and it stands for National Collegiate Aerospace Scholars. Basically, it's like them searching for NASA scientists type.
Gotcha.
And so it's a 5-week course. I had to take quizzes and do a big final project. I had to design like a Mars rover, and then they liked my project enough, I guess. Now they're gonna pay for a trip out to one of their facilities, depending on which, and I'm free to do it. Like Houston, down in Florida. I'll get to spend it's like a 3 to 4 day trip, so basically a week down there. Yeah,
which is really cool. We're very happy for you.
yeah.
Um, I guess avocation can also be classified as the work you do in your free
Vocation
time.
or avocation?
Avocation. Evocation is a D.
Okay.
Avocation would be basically the work you do in your free time, right? So, like, watching a movie isn't really work. Playing a video game, not work.
Unless you're a YouTuber or streamer.
Right. Well, in that case, playing the game itself isn't the work.
Yeah.
Interacting with the fans, setting up the technology, stuff like that, that is the work. So, yeah. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just enjoy how much Josh has latched onto evocation.
Evocation.
Like a
Pretty
thing.
great.
Well, Luke started talking. He said evocation instead of avocation.
Yeah, Cheyenne screwed me up. It's his
Oh.
fault.
Yeah. All right.
You're welcome,
What-
audience.
Should we talk about evocation for a second? What is it in D&D? I'm just curious.
It's like fireballs.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
school
okay.
of magic.
Basically, like creating energy.
Okay. That's
Fireballs.
good enough.
This has been D&D
This
talk.
has been fireballs talk.
We're just gonna have a bunch of these random just eventually it's gonna come to the point where it's just like, and this is soccer talk, and this is Star Wars talk, and this is D&D
Does
talk.
that count as the
Honestly,
second one
though?
because he said it?
Honestly, though, no.
No.
We would be a more structured podcast.
It'd just be the same thing every
That's
time.
a good point. But then it'd be boring, right?
Yeah,
True.
see, like the whole appeal of this podcast is spontaneity and randomness. I think.
Right.
I feel.
It's getting off topic.
Yeah.
Like
And-
we are right now.
And fairly relatableness
happens.
because like you're pretty
We're-
classic Gen Z.
We're pretty ordinary dudes. We got,
Yeah.
or I think we're Gen
Just the
Zers.
typical
Gen Zers,
college
yeah.
guy.
Typical college.
Typical college guy who writes poetry in his free time. Which, by the way, I'm not making fun of you. That's actually cool.
Yeah.
But so Cheyenne, what is vocation versus a vocation?
So vocation obviously is my work. I usually on like a Z machine. Still haven't been trained in completely on like the computer side of it, like how to actually just run the machine. I've been trained on how to like do orders, like put the code in or put the project I'm supposed to cut and run it essentially. And then a vocation would probably be like my stream and just graphic work in general, like because I've been slowly working on like a new logo design or emote idea for my stream, and on one of my breaks at work I went to the gas station nearby to grab some food. And on the way back, I got like a potato wedge. I ate like half of it, and then I like pulled in, parked, and immediately pulled out my phone and started working on like the rough draft of the graphic. I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to be eating. This is my lunch break. So like, I really enjoy graphic design to the point where I forget to eat when I'm working.
fair.
Nice.
So at least I know I'm in the right field.
That's true.
That was a major deja vu.
Right.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Just like I just got major deja vu for a second there. It's weird.
I feel
Okay.
that that happens sometimes. Yeah, and there's nothing that says your avocation and vocation have to be different, right? If they line up, then you are fulfilled at your job a lot of the time.
Yeah. I mean,
And I'm not saying that you have to have them lined up to have a perfect life, right? Sometimes your avocation just won't make you.
I also do like small electronic programs on the side, which is my vocation. So I've been working. It's kind of on a hiatus over the summer because I don't have necessarily all the materials I have at school. But I was working on building my own lightsaber, like from scratch, programming it, everything. So what I want to do is get like up it so you like the button and it actually looks like it comes out.
I thought you were talking about actually crafting like a
Like just
lightsaber,
with the
and I'd be like,
plasma
"That
and
cool."
stuff.
No,
I
no,
mean,
like
you're going to
Kind of horrifying,
You're going
actually.
to NASA and stuff, so who knows? Space Force
Space.
needs weapons.
Although-
I
Although-
saw a Space Force shirt the other day on one of my friend's Snapchat stories.
Jesse's?
And yep.
Yep.
I kind of want it.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's a thing that exists. I forgot about that.
speaking of lightsabers though, like plasma cutters are actually like they're probably about the closest thing we got to lightsaber.
Mhm.
I get to use them at work.
You can do it,
So-
Josh. Use them together into one horrifying weapon.
The problem is with the plasma cutters is they have like, if you want to call it a quote unquote blade, it's like quarter of an inch. You basically have to be touching it to cut anything.
Yep.
Which is probably a good plan, to be honest, but
What?
still.
But they're super
What
cool.
if you accidentally just turn the range to maximum and now you just
Cut the earth in half.
Corridor has
Yeah.
like something like that where they
Yeah.
like cut like the whole like cut like a plane and like set
Yep.
it down on Earth and like cuts. The
Yeah,
earth
it was
in
like a
half.
lightsaber. It was like they made a lightsaber, video effects.
Mhm.
And they like made a lightsaber and they like turned it on. It was like really short and they're like, what the heck? And so like they ended up like, I don't know if they fidgeted with it or like throughout like using it, they like turned it on again and all of a sudden it was like longer and they're like, oh, it's still not like
Just kept
the
getting
right.
longer
Yeah,
and
and so like they kept on like turning it off or setting it down or whatever and coming back and eventually it was like the length where they were like holding it and then all of a sudden a plane flew by and like got cut in half and then they like dropped it and it just
yeah, because
Cut the earth?
Okay,
yeah.
so
spectacular.
the video was they turned it on, it was short, and he like bashes a bunch, and then
Oh,
it gets
and
longer,
they got longer.
and then it just kept slowly getting longer, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh crap, and so they had to like run out of their apartment, and then they were like outside and kept getting longer, and they like cut a plane, and that's when the police officer came,
Oh yeah.
and then they dropped it because it was like hands up, and then so yeah, it could like cut the earth or whatever.
Oh.
Spectacular.
Oh great! Now I'm doing sound effects. We're gonna have
A
a sound folder for all of us.
You
It'll
can
be
now
great.
buy an ER soundboard on
Not soundboard, sound pack.
SoundPack on
Soundboard,
Google
soundpack.
Play store for $1 now.
It would
That's,
actually-
it would
that's
have-
not actually real.
it
But
would
Josh,
have
I'm
to
putting
be
you
on
in
a
charge of
file
uploading that.
saving
it would
website.
be an app. That's what I'm saying. It's a
File
soundboard
share.
app that you
Oh,
can
a
Josh, I'm putting you in
soundboard,
charge of
okay.
that.
Okay, maybe
Because you
someday.
just don't like. I now know why he
I
has
just
a
don't like
producer
working.
role.
He doesn't like working. He just delegates it to both of us.
That's why
I just
he
don't
got.
have any talent.
That's why he got the producer role. Is because he's just like. He just takes either our ideas or occasionally generates his own, and it's like, oh, this is a great idea for you to do.
I've been found out.
Yeah.
So okay, I guess I'll do my vocation. Currently is like intern, but long term it's gonna be like engineering, which I like. My brain works in a way that is conducive to engineering and stuff like that. I can break down a problem structurally and work on it like that.
Occasionally, schizophrenic.
Yeah. Wait, no, not schizophrenic.
I know.
Shut up, Invisible Jim.
Yeah, but schizophrenic.
A little bit. Anyway, so they, basically my vocation, right? Electrical, engineering. But
Okay,
so for those of you listening on the audio only version, Cheyenne just put a toy in the middle of the table.
It's not a toy. It's a collectible figurine.
Collectible figurine just means expensive toy.
Yes.
and it's a ghost from
It's a ghost
like,
from Destiny.
Destiny.
Destiny. And Luke between the shows said, "Oh, we just need to put 2 pistachios like on it because now it can be."
Then it can be Ghost in the Show. My
apparently,
favorite
like, some
anime. I've never seen it, by the
Isn't
way.
it a movie, not an actual like
It
show?
was an anime and then it turned into a movie.
Okay, so for
Anyway.
those of,
Wait,
those
was that
of,
one with like Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
those of you watching and listening, in between recordings, I wanted to put like my figurines on the table because I thought it'd make it look maybe a little bit. And then Josh just started playing with them, like wouldn't just leave them alone, and he also didn't like them on the table because he didn't think that they looked good. And I'm like, well, the fact that you're not gonna stop playing with them means that they're going to have to be off.
But they're
So
toys. You gotta play with.
It's because all three of us are
No.
just children at heart.
Yeah, that's
am
fair.
I the most mature one?
Yeah,
Somehow.
I can be
I mean,
mature
I
when
am older, but
I can be mature when I need to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
feel
thing,
that.
right? I can goof around on the trampoline with my brothers, or I can go to a fancy business meeting. Doesn't like,
See, like if I really needed to, I could just not touch the toys, but like I don't need.
But he
to
doesn't
not
need
touch,
to not touch
yeah,
the toys, so he
I'm
just
going
will.
to touch the toys. Yeah, exactly.
anyways.
so my vocation. Yeah, I told you my vocation. My avocation is I really like creative endeavors. The problem is I don't really have any art skills, so I guess writing is kind of my best.
Yeah, that's the same with me. Is like I like.
I have lots of great ideas and no way of implementing them. I think professional wrestling is a fun avocation, right? I'm not making any money off of it, but
Yet.
right.
Someday
Um,
when Luke's a professional wrestler,
Yeah,
wrestling with the
we can
likes
look
of-
back at this, and
Yeah.
this will be a wrestling podcast
He'll
only.
get renamed Pencil Arm Pete.
Ooh, that's actually not bad.
I hate both of you.
I get it.
So yeah, that's kind of an avocation, right? I'm not making any money off of it, but I really truly enjoy it. It's fun. something I have to work at, right? It's not easy. My back hurt for like several days after doing the training thing because half of wrestling is just landing on your back on the mat repeatedly. So
Unless you're like one of the flippy boys, always just lands on his feet because.
yeah, but that'd be really annoying because then you just never get hit and you're just OP.
But like, haven't you seen them? Like they get
Oh,
like,
yeah, I've
thrown
seen it.
off the ropes, and then
Will
they just
Ospreay, Ricochet,
Yeah, they just get like thrown, and they like land on their feet, and they're like, "Haha, you thought."
and then just get hit in the face.
Nani?
This has been Weeaboo Talk.
Is this like Japanese or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
from an anime where this dude it's essentially saying you are already dead because
Oh.
like essentially he'd be fighting someone and then they'd like go to attack him or whatever and he'd be like omae wa mo shindoru and then the person would be like nani, which means what, and then they'd like blow up.
Our video stopped.
Anime is
Yeah.
really something.
Did it record through last time? Or did it stop?
I don't think we checked.
I don't know.
We never
Yeah,
checked.
Sorry if the video froze up.
If the video
Every time
goes up-
Cheyenne's computer goes to sleep,
We
we
need
have
to-
Which
issues.
it like never does.
Fixes
I don't
it.
know
Okay, we're
why
back.
it's doing now.
Huh.
This
But
is weird.
that's weird.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, see, our podcast is just laden with technical all the time.
I mean,
and personnel
It's
issues.
getting slowly better, but
It's weird because I'll have my computer and I'll be like, oh, it'll go to sleep, and I'll wake up in the morning and it'll still
It'll be
be
on.
on. And so it's weird that it's trying to go to sleep so much right now when we're clearly doing something.
Yeah, that's
Me.
odd. Go to sleep when you're supposed to be doing something.
I just don't sleep. Welcome to the
No sleep cast.
Josh's bedtime stories podcast.
yeah, for those of you listening, I just kind of laid down on the table.
Yeah,
5 second.
really weird. So let's talk
Weird.
about games because we don't talk about video games enough on the podcast.
Alright.
Hey, question. Since last time we got a little bit off topic talking about games, we want to like hit the point about music that we didn't hit last
Sure,
podcast?
sure, let's do
Underrated,
that.
overrated music. Alright.
Underrated music, overrated. So what do you got? Hit me up, boys.
Well,
What?
since we live in the Midwest and in a town that like really doesn't know what actual like popular and good music is,
Popular does not equal good.
no, like
clarify.
popular and
Say
good.
sometimes it means like the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of my controversial opinion is most of the popular music.
Overrated, Cardi B.
Yeah,
Like
he's literally a criminal.
Can I just
I'm
say
s-
overrated pop as a genre in general is
'cause I like pop. I mean, let me thrust my opinion upon you.
I don't with maybe I mean I don't know if you'd really call 21 Pilots pop, but they would probably be the only quote unquote pop music I'd listen to.
Pilots?
Yeah, they're kind of like
They're rock.
They're
They're
kind
rock
of like
alternative.
yeah, they're like schizophrenic rock. But they do they're the problem with
Why is word of the day schizophrenic?
but they are they're
That's our episode title
their
right
music
there.
is generally labeled as like schizophrenic rock, pop, hip hop, whatever. The problem is they encompass so many different genres. It's hard to lump them into one single.
It's like Panic at the Disco used
Yeah.
to be kind of like punk alternative, and like now their newest albums like pop.
It's pretty cheery.
Yeah, it's really good.
Linkin Park going from like
Yep.
hard rock to like now really poppy music.
There was an album in there where they went metal. Or two actually. One of their recent
You know
ones.
far more about Linkin Park
Okay,
than any
so-
one
of
of
us.
their old ones was
the last most recent one is One More Light. The one before that was The Hunting Party. The Hunting Party,
Yeah.
they went like hard rock.
Yep.
Especially with like a song like War. I don't think Chester did not scream. It was basically a 2-minute song of Chester screaming, yelling.
Mhm.
It was a scream.
Yeah,
album.
there was one more hard rock / metal recent, and then there was one like way back when it started.
Yeah. Well, and they're like their first couple albums, like Hybrid Theory and like Meteor. Those were very more like alternative,
Yep.
like alt rock,
Alternative rock,
which I
yep.
think I would say Meteor, in my opinion. I don't know, I like Linkin Park. I think their music. I'm not a
Yeah.
huge pop fan.
I think country music as a
Overrated.
whole is very overrated.
in our
Especially in
area.
the Midwest.
Yeah,
where
in
we
the
live.
Midwest, because like it's everywhere.
That's because
And
the
it's-
culture here.
They're like, yeah, I mean,
And it's all the same.
yeah,
so
it's pretty
samey.
much
That's with pop though too. It's a hippie, catchy beat with repetitive lyrics. That's why I don't like pop.
No,
But at least they change between song to
yeah, at
song,
least the lyrics
Fair
have a
enough.
different story in between them. Like
right? It's
with
either like the country music follows like one of like arcs. It's like I lost everything that I love and now I'm going to get wasted, or it's yeah, my boyfriend's a little bit abusive, but I love him,
or girlfriend.
or girlfriend. Yeah,
Or I had a child in high school. Life's
no, that's just our classmate's life story. I don't even know. Is there a third narrative arc?
The third narrative
The
is
third-
essentially just
I
like
love my truck dog in America.
It's just
Yeah,
this dopey
pretty
love
much.
story. Like every time my girlfriend turns around, I get happy, or something stupid like that. Like
baby, lock them door and turn the lights down low.
type 3. Yeah, but like country music, it's just lyrically uncreative
Yeah, it all follows. There's
and
Pop
thematically.
music is lyrically on.
no,
as I said,
there's
it's like
different
repetitive
But
stories.
lyrics.
sure, they don't write a lot of lyrics for the same song, but they differ at least.
Pop is especially getting a little bit more into the EDM area too, because that's becoming more popular. So
Which I have no problem with.
Yeah, no, like the lyrics are starting to get less and less, fewer and fewer, and their complexity is getting fewer and fewer because they're matching them with the beats and the sounds.
See, I'm fine with pop when it comes to like dancing music because like that's what you dance to. But like I think like good music is like piano music. I really
Well,
like
it
the piano
depends.
as an instrument.
You're
Depends
saying
on
underrated
you-
classical music.
Yeah, like classical music, I think is far
Yeah.
underrated. You can't dance to it. That's why I like pop music.
You
for
can
dancing.
try.
But like just for general listening, I like that's why I like piano mixed with some of these other instruments. Like that's why I like early 21 Pilots. They still use some piano now, but like early 21 Pilots, they used a lot of piano. Or like the fray I was talking about. Like I think we talked about this a couple episodes ago. When we did the mailbag episode 6. I don't know. I think the piano is such a good versatile instrument, and like you actually have to have. I don't know.
So your form of good music is music that is complex and actually takes a lot of thought to construct the whole
Yes.
piece, rather than just I found a sick beat, let me lay a track over
Yes,
it.
I don't. Cause I feel like if it's something like anyone can just wake up one morning and like with like 5 minutes of effort be good at. I don't. Where's the skill in that? I like music that it takes like some skill to actually like construct. Like that's why like 21 Pilots music like so just fresh and the lyrics are really like. Have you actually like broken down their lyrics? Like they're pretty good stuff. Like it's poetry. Also, like, I don't know. That's why I like 21 Pilots music. Deeper than repetitive beat, repetitive lyrics.
That's kind of how I feel about Panic at the Disco. But with some of their songs are weird and repetitive, but
Alright.
yeah.
All right, I got one. Overrated live music. Listening to bands live. Not that great.
unless you're there.
There's only
No, that's
a-
what I'm saying. Like
Oh,
even
okay.
being there live, even
Okay,
being there
that's
in
fair.
person. It's over. I'm not saying it's not fun. I go to concerts still. I don't think it's that great,
well, because the whole point of a sound recording studio is so the music sounds good.
right?
Like
Yeah.
the whole point of a concert is the atmosphere and the
Right. If I'm
event.
problem is if you're not going to splash several $100s on tickets, you're gonna be sitting so far away you can barely see the band.
Yep.
Yeah, because I wanted to go.
You're not gonna be able to hear it, at least not very well, over
Yeah.
the people around you yelling and the speakers.
Depends
being
on what kind of
another-
music, I guess.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to a 21 Pilots concert in like Minnesota, but yeah, for like tickets, like even like the far back tickets, bucks. I was like,
Mm.
holy crap! Like I don't have that kind of money. Like I'm
Right.
sorry.
Yeah.
So for $10 a month, I can listen to whatever music I like
Ever.
at home, on the car, with my headphones. It sound way better.
Pay $10 a month.
No,
Five.
5 because I have the.
Okay, I was about to be
student-
like, students cheaper than that.
I actually need. I'm
Unless you
actually
get
in the market
Hulu.
for a new pair of headphones. My old ones broke right here.
I have suggestion.
Okay.
Rex,
We'll get. I have Trex.
He has tracks.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
talking like headphones
Yeah.
for like games and stuff.
that's fair.
Oh, for games too.
Oh, for like
I mean,
so
I
we
don't
can
know.
play.
You're like a versatile guy. You don't have your. You're not an audiophile.
I mean, I would like better headphones, but I don't think I want to invest in two
Yeah.
expensive pairs of headphones.
You don't
Especially
wanna-
because I have my Bluetooth.
Instead of
Yeah.
getting like two crappy headphones, get one.
Right. Like, I mean, Sennheisers are always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Those are super expensive.
Instead of getting like I have my noise canceling headphones that are really nice, really comfy for listening to music, and I have my gaming headset which I've had for years. I ordered a new one, and then I have my Trex, which is for like working out and just general like I want to do stuff and I still want to hear what's going on around me.
Right. Well, I mean, my new podcasting mic's gonna do double duty for games and or whatever.
Oh yeah, so you don't need to get like a
Right. So
headset with
I
a
don't need a
microphone.
gaming headset for with a microphone. I've got a nice microphone.
You just need one that's good for gaming. And see, that's the interesting thing. I always thought,
Your head close to the mic.
yeah, okay.
Lost you.
I always thought that like expensive headset equal like way back expensive headset or good headset equals good all around headset.
Oh, so the Beats are the best headphones in the world.
No, not like expensive equals good, but like expensive and good, expensive or good. Headphones are good all around, but like with gaming, especially in mainstream games now, footsteps are a big thing that don't get picked up in some headsets because gaming headsets are made to get those sound effects and to
amplify every little.
Yeah. So that's an interesting. That's one of the reasons why I like having multiple headsets. It's like I can listen to my bass boosted, noise canceling music. So that's all I hear. But I also like to be able to hear my games and like be able to hear the footsteps.
Right.
Everything.
And the problem is, right, I'm going into my second year of college. It means I have 3 years remaining, and my savings are not to the point where I can definitely invest in 2 quality pairs of headphones at this point.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I have my gaming headset, which is a pretty nice set, pretty decent. Actually, you've played games. It sounds pretty.
It does.
You know, my P's stuff to get a little like weird.
Yep.
Poppy.
Yeah, poppy. But I mean, otherwise it sounds really nice. And then for general music listening, I'm not supposed to wear like earbuds. And I don't like bringing headset.
Why can't you wear earbuds?
I have some ear. Want to
I
go
didn't
into
know
them
that.
on the pod?
I mean, it's your medical issues.
Anyway, it's just really minor. It messes up my ears. Doctor said that like I can put them in.
Is that why you bought the Trex then?
That's why I bought the Trex ultimately. That I don't have to wear over-the-ear headphones everywhere because those bulky and then I
get
can
hot,
and then I can't. I'm not supposed to use earbuds, so I use the Trex then. And
Yeah,
that's what I like about the
great.
Trex is they're small, so I can carry them easily. Trying to pack light. So for general music listening, I know some audiophiles are gonna cringe, but I listen to a lot of music.
I mean, same. I wear them at work because I want to be able to hear if my boss is trying to talk to me.
Yep.
I would wear mine at work, but it apparently violates the safety protocol, even though it doesn't.
Dude, yeah, that was my old job. Now I work a desk job. I can wear whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to wear them. I don't think I would want my work environment so. Wouldn't want to.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Trex. I have the Trex there.
Yeah.
And I mean, even the Trex titaniums are.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to music, I guess. But like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting a nice pair so I can listen to music because Cheyenne's got a very nice audio system in his car. And listening to songs on that is a completely different world than listening to them on like my headphones.
And see, that's one of the reasons why I like that diversity is because like when I got my car, like I had a Bluetooth stereo that I put in my old car, but the speakers weren't the same. And I got my new car, and the speakers sound amazing. The bass sounds so much better, and it very much so is 2 whole different listening.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right. Any more overrated, underrated music?
Underrated indie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's the whole indie genre.
Yeah, I mean, indie is pretty highly rated these days, but I'm still a big fan.
think
Yeah,
it's all them hipsters, man.
I think it depends on the indie music. From artist to artist.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I have a playlist on my phone that's called Inbox. Anytime someone says, "Hey, you should listen to this song," I'll add it to my Inbox playlist and then just listen to that on shuffle a lot. Well, I found a lot of cool indie music from that. Ask Reddit threads.
We should have Aaron on to talk about.
Okay, we'll have to get that, and if we ever get Jason on as well, he makes music.
A 5-person.
I'm not saying not the same episode.
Time.
Okay.
But Jason is actually currently working on my entrance theme for my wrestling.
Yes.
Yep. He's getting custom made.
We might not actually have Aaron on because he might not exist.
Oh yeah, that's
True,
right.
he might
doesn't
not exist.
A phantom.
Just a ghost
could
in
be.
the
It's
shell.
not that he does.
Yeah. So, any more indie music underrated?
Overrated modern rap. There's
Yeah.
Rap is
just
even
in
worse than
general.
pop. I dislike rap even.
Here's the thing.
Pop.
Rap, music wise, not great. Lyrically, rap is
Mhm.
incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Eminem is an incredible lyricist. Whatever else you think of him, his lyrics are so inventive and creative that it's really good.
Mumble rap overrated.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
100%.
to be fair, mumble rap is pretty lowly rated among people with any kind of sense. So,
But the fact that there's people out there who die for mumble rap.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Let's.
I mean,
Yeah, go to the car.
Like,
yeah,
Mumble rap,
like just awful.
it had its surge. It's less popular now, but I still know there's quite a few people that
Right? Like if you're
That's
gonna
just
rhyme,
silly
you can't just rhyme "yeah" with "yeah." Doesn't really work like that.
You technically could.
Hey, shut
I
up.
mean, 21 Pilots rhymes like the same word sometimes.
What was it?
But
What
they like do it.
Yeah, but "yeah," really?
Yeah.
And you're
yeah.
just tagging it on.
What was it? Was it in like one of the discords or something where like I don't remember. I was like rhyming or so, or I was like rhyming, and then I responded with another message that wasn't supposed to rhyme, and I don't remember if it was you or somebody's just responded with, "Did you really just rhyme the with the or something like that?" And I'm like, "No, but I guess."
You know, that sounds like me. I'm a rhyming Nazi. So
A rhyming Nazi.
That sounds.
you know,
like,
I just
that
gave me a
sounds-
really interesting mental image.
That sounds like a good rapper name. Like, not a good rapper name, but like an interesting rapper name.
Rapping Nazi.
You know, I'm just thinking of all sorts of rhymes that
A
probably
rhyme
should
Nazi.
not go on the podcast. So
Not a good time.
not a good time for not. It's never a good time for Nazis. Nazis are bad.
The first official anti-Nazi podcast, going up there with the first official anti-Satan
Underrated
podcast.
music. Russian national anthem. Soundboard.
Communism intensifies.
Sounds like communist propaganda. But okay.
But okay. All right. Let's move on from that. Let's move on from music to audio to video. Specifically YouTube videos. Do you guys? I mean, I know both of you watch them. Do
That's pretty
But-
much the only
yeah.
thing I watch.
you ever get into like YouTube genres where like you'll just watch the same type of video a lot? Like
Corridor.
I'll give you an example. Me and my roommates
Been
watched
lately.
a lot of like we would just get into things. So for like a week we watched a lot of puzzle solving videos. Like those hand puzzle solving videos. You know, we just watch a guy solve a puzzle. Or there's one where these guys just make like awful inventions. Like just like stupid inventions, like a AI thing that detects tomatoes in your salad and then spikes them and takes them out. Yeah, but he just makes it like awful. It works,
Like, not well.
but not well, and it's just the dumbest inventions.
So it's like the what is it? Like the burp your baby machine where it's just
Yeah,
like the hand just
yeah.
smacks.
Yeah, where it just smacks the baby until it throws up or whatever.
or kills the baby.
Yeah, or
either
one or the other. But it's
Oh,
just
no.
like terrible. So we just watched like 12 of those. So that's what I'm saying. Do you guys get into like YouTube genres?
Oh,
I get
I just-
into.
that mental picture of
Gosh, it's
robots
just-
murdering babies is just.
It's not as bad as you're
Oh, do you
imagining,
Not
I'm
watch
assuming.
Terminator.
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, you need to get cultured, boy.
I know I need to get close.
So yeah, do you get into YouTube genres?
I don't necessarily get into YouTube genres, but I have like I get into YouTube genres, but not as obviously. Like all right now, I have a consistent like type of gameplay that I like to watch. And it's based off of like Smitty, Cryos, Grizzy, and their like Rainbow Six Siege videos. Really, really enjoy. But occasionally, like recently, I guess I do get into genres. I've been really into like WebDM and like Dungeons and Dragons like type videos where they talk about like plot ideas and like how to run like certain concepts and how to construct like players and stuff like that for games. It's probably because I'm gonna be taking back over for D&D soon, so I like to idea generate. But
When you said
Probably
web
because you just need
DM
all the help you can get.
Yeah,
when you
that
said
too.
web DM, I automatically thought of WebMD. I was like, not to be confused with WebMD.
Can't feel
What-
my pinky finger. Cancer.
Oh,
That's WebMD.
but yeah, no, I guess I do. Just not, I guess, as
Okay, I mean, obviously you're gonna watch YouTube videos you're
heavy?
interested in, right? Like I watch wrestling videos because I like wrestling. Josh watches Star Wars videos because he's a Wookiee boo.
Actually, I watch a lot of video documentaries,
Oh,
seem like the guy that would watch.
yeah,
I'm
no,
like-
it makes sense.
especially on like writing and stuff. I like to write my own.
I know.
books and-
We all three of us like.
Yeah, like I like to story generate. I just know I'm not very good with sentence structure and just
See,
like,
I'm
writing.
very good with sentence structure.
Yeah, I'm good with sentence structure and like short stories. I wrote short stories for
grammar.
a while, and I could do short stories. Problem with long stories is you have to have a lot bigger plan for them.
Yeah, and
And
I
I
forget
really
details. It's like, what about the gun he handed him in episode 1? I'm like, he dropped it.
More like I just have a hard time.
This is
relating-
you as a DM too.
It really is. My
When
poor
somebody
players.
asks you a question about like a callback, and you're just like, "Oh, well, he stayed in that city."
What about Griselda? Ooh. The NPC who traveled with us for half the campaign. Oh, right.
They fell in a hole.
Griselda,
And you guys
she's
just
got
didn't-
married and died
Yeah.
of dysentery. Yeah, no, I do tend to forget a lot of minor details.
I mean, I do something like that too, except I always am able to somehow like wrap it back.
Oh, I can always
Yeah.
improv something or
Not satisfying.
I'm thinking somebody, possibly me, is gonna write a story so far for our campaign so we can remember what we were doing. Okay. Yeah, so well,
What is Josh doing?
I just
Bored, so I'm dancing.
um
I just do like the gym thing. You probably didn't hear anything I just said because I was like wrapping
Way
my head.
away.
this is
Yeah.
more the gym face.
For those of you,
Nah, it's a
listening,
little bit more disappointed. It's more just kind of neutral. No.
I don't know. I'm not gonna. this is terrible podcasting.
It's great YouTubing.
Yeah, no,
probably
like
not
this will
even
be a great video.
It should be
I'm
great.
excited.
Great couple videos here. We're pretty glad about the decision to actually film these. We got new mics.
Be cool if
We
we
got
could have like our
camera.
logo on this.
I know the
back
TV
here.
doesn't work though.
Yeah,
like I want to.
TV.
I'm
I'm gonna try to fix it when school starts.
okay, cause like I'm planning on getting another TV on Black Friday about the same size, if
Okay.
not bigger.
Never mind.
I mean, you can still fix it, and then we have an extra TV. Or you have an extra TV. I don't know.
Free
But-
TVs.
But I wanna.
I don't have room.
I want to get a new TV and put it up the same spot because that's like perfect view for when I stream too. So I can put
Yep.
my logo and animation on there too. And then yeah, for podcasts we can do that. For mailbag segments, we can throw them up on there and
We
stuff.
can have
don't
podcast
expose
section.
you.
We can put our podcast up.
yeah,
on
we're
the
just
screen.
streaming ourselves up behind
It
ourselves.
would just be like,
put like a weird delay on it so it looks like it's different realities.
oh yeah, yeah.
So it just
you
messes with
move,
people.
and then it's like the Rey scene from the Last Jedi where she like moves
Just
her hand,
reflection,
and then it's
and
just
it
like
Yeah,
all the
and
way
then-
back, all the way down the line.
yeah,
Yeah.
To be fair though, this is clearly the darkest timeline. So how's your summer been so far, boys? We're probably 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through this.
Don't remind me.
Hey,
I have to like go back. 'cause
don't
I'm
forget,
taking
school's gonna
classes.
send us bills soon.
No, because I'm
in
just
my
gonna
case,
pay
you're gonna
mine like
send.
there in the office.
Oh, I have like 1 or 2 semesters worth of money left, and then
Yeah,
Oh,
in
well,
my
loans.
case, I just literally check like I'm not paying for this, and it goes to my job, and they pay for it.
okay, I'm getting a bill.
So
Well, I get a
mean,
bill, but it's digital, and I don't look at it because I just walk into the office and I'm like, "Hey, I'm here to pay for my semester."
Hey, how much
and
money
it's
do I owe
like,
you? They're like 7. You're
Yeah.
like, cool.
Only, if only.
college
$7,000.
costs $7.
7,000.
But yeah, I mean, I guess my summer's
7,000.
That's
College?
about a semester for me.
Oh, for a semester, fair enough.
7,000 for a semester.
Yeah. School of Mines doesn't give very good scholarships. Yeah, it is.
I almost
I'm
went-
poor.
I almost went to school for $50,000.
Don't get me
And
wrong.
your degree would have been half as useful.
It would have been computer science would have been my major, and then film direction minor.
That'd be kind of
I
cool.
think right now my semester cost, because I had dropped down to part time, is like right over 2,000. I think somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So like when people are like, "Oh, it's this much," like I did pay that much for a year.
Yeah.
Or a year and a half, But now that I'm part-time, it's so much nicer because it's like, okay, so like 3 paychecks and I've got my semester
Right,
paid
and you're not paying tuition either, or you're not
Yeah.
paying room and board
Yep.
either.
I
so
don't have a meal plan or anything. That's
so are
nice.
you guys satisfied with how your summer's been so far? Because I just reconnected with an old friend like last night. I mean, I say old friend from college who I barely talked to this summer. Just like message him like, "Hey man, how's it going?" He's like, "Oh, good. How's your summer been?" And I had to like stop and honestly think about it because I try not to give like flipping answers to that. Like, if someone's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I try to be honest.
I don't, because nobody wants to like ask you that and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm actually having a pretty garbage day," and I'm
See,
kind of.
I do, Cheyenne.
I have that
I want you
dilemma
to tell me the
too.
truth.
I go back between like I want to give an honest answer, but like, does anyone actually care?
Yeah, no,
No, I
that's the
see.
thing.
I do that with the people I know actually care about
Okay,
me.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like for you guys, because if I'll be like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" You'll be like, "Fine." I'll be like,
But,
"Are you actually fine?"
Like, what have you been up to, sort of
Yeah,
thing. Like, I get
yeah.
that. Like at family events, that's what always gets me. Is
Yeah.
like, do I be honest or because like a lot of my family members like love my family events cool, but like I don't want to get into like an hour-long talk about like how my month's been bad or
Yeah.
whatever, because it's like,
"Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, last 3 months been pretty awful. I'm pretty
Yeah.
miserable."
yeah,
They're like, "Oh,
like most people don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
especially if it's just like off the whim, like at like a family event or whatever, like nobody's like prepared to
yeah, that's fair."
deal with that. So like most of the time I'm just like, oh, it's going. Or
I'm
Which-
not prepared to deal.
Giving cop out answers.
used to bother me when like somebody answered like it's going, because I'm like, well, yeah, obviously it's going, but like how
That's an
is it
answer in and
going?
of itself.
Yeah. So like, but now I've turned to that answer. Like that's how I respond most
That's
of the
how I do
time.
it.
Yeah.
And it makes me upset at myself so much.
It's how's your life going? It's going.
I'm still alive, I guess.
That's an answer. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, but yeah, are you satisfied with how your summer's gone so far? Because to be honest, for myself, I kind of am.
We started
Um,
a podcast.
We started a podcast, which like,
Mhm.
it's kind of a goofy thing, but like it really is. Like we're actually
Hey, I'm
doing
having
something we
fun.
like, having fun, getting to hang out with each other, and
Meeting new people.
yeah,
Might not
yeah.
have met otherwise.
So to be honest, I'm really satisfied with the podcast. It'd be great to have a bigger viewership or whatever, but that's the thing with that sort of thing, right? Enough just isn't enough, right?
Yeah,
If I had 250 followers, I would want 500. If I had 500, I'd want 1,000, right?
There was something that I don't know if I read or watched, but I don't remember what they called it. I know it's not the official term, but it was like the YouTuber symptom or whatever. Because like no YouTuber has ever went, oh yeah, 250,000. That's good enough for me. It's always like, can we hit 300? Can we hit like? It's always a
Mhm.
little bit more, which makes sense. You always want to strive to get better, but
but
That's why they say money can't buy happiness, right? If I've got $500,000, why wouldn't I go for $1 million?
you always want
Mhm.
more.
You always want more than you've got.
Once you finish all your goals, and you're like, well, what's next? Well, I'll just raise the stakes. I guess.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, no, it makes sense but like when I look at it honestly, I am satisfied with where we're at. We're doing it, right? That's the number one step, right?
And we are growing. It might
Mhm.
be slowly, but
Might be
we
slowly, but we are growing. So we'd like to thank each and every one of you for being part of this journey and part of helping us
And-
follow one of our passions.
Yeah.
And
hey, if you want to see us grow faster, so we can get better quality, we can get Chayan's TV fixed. We got mics.
TV.
We could,
We
got better
microphones
mics now.
now.
We could still probably work. I don't know how good the audio sounds.
I
on
need
this.
whatever it is.
more. I need more foam for sound dampening and echo
That's
dampening.
fair.
Because mine keeps falling off my wall, and I'm gonna put them back up. But I don't know if I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
put them like around that corner or put them back over here. That's why I want more, because I just want to put them everywhere.
Yeah.
So Cheyenne's not
Oh.
satisfied with this sound damp.
No, I'm like,
But the point I was making was, if you guys want to continue, if you like the show and you want to see us continue to grow, make sure you follow us on Twitter, like our stuff, retweet it. Retweeting it helps, because it with your friends. Hey, something I like, you might. Review us on like iTunes and Spotify. Spotify actually by far our largest.
I believe it.
Looking at our statistics,
Popular.
like probably about 65%.
So
YouTube, leave comments. Yeah, that sort of thing just spread the awareness.
especially now that we have video, like
Yeah.
obviously you listen to songs and like you repeat listen to your songs, but like you hear a story and you're like, cool, like I heard it. But now that we have video, it's like a whole different experience listening to it compared to
You
seeing
mean
it
watching
visually.
it, yeah, to
Yeah,
listen.
because I mean, you see the expressions on our face, you see the movement.
You can see us
Hopefully-
looking at Josh like he's an idiot when he says something dumb.
Which is on a fairly frequent basis.
Yeah, we're talking like every other episode.
Hopefully, if I get things figured out, we'll have better video quality. Right now, I don't know why it's kind of grainy, but I can always hook up my
Is it really that grainy? It looks fine to me. Although we are on low resolution.
yeah. So like full 32-inch, it looks a little bit grainy. Which maybe it doesn't. But I
Watching
do.
on a phone, this probably looks
Yeah.
fine.
If need be, I can hook up my good like high quality camera and we can record on that, and it'll be like professional grade footage. But that's something down the road. But
Yeah, I think we have upwards.
We're in a good place podcast wise, I think.
and that's another thing. Like with a lot of podcasts, they're usually started from a group of people or a person that's already got standing somewhere else. So like a YouTuber that does D&D talks starts with a couple of his buddies, a D&D talk podcast.
Yeah.
And then they've got the audience from their YouTube that transfers over, and then they build from there. We're starting from the ground up on a podcast.
For sure.
We have
So-
a few friends. That's it.
Yeah.
Grassroots movement.
And so we're going to be a very slow climb, but we're climbing.
It's,
That's the thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So again, we appreciate every bit of support, whether it's writing in to the mailbag, giving us content for, whether it's telling a friend about it, whether it's telling an enemy about it, just so they can suffer along with you.
Tell your dog about it.
Tell your dog about
Participating-
it. Get your dog a phone
Yeah,
so that he can
participating in our
download every week.
polls on Twitter.
Yeah,
Get him
whatever-
a Twitter account.
Every little bit helps.
Probably wrap this up.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
But we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts
Yeah,
so
no.
much for all the support.
It's been a journey so
um,
far. This is
It
episode
has been a
8.
journey, and it's been a fun journey.
I've-
We're happy to be here along with you. Closing thoughts, boys?
Just thank you. Like I know
Yeah.
we've said thousands of times now.
Supports.
But we meant it every single one of
Awesome.
them.
It's always fun. I get messages from one of my friends that I met streaming. He sends me messages like on Monday, like before work. He sends me a message of something super out of context from the podcast, and I'm just like, podcast. And he's like, yeah, and I'm like,
You should send that to
Yeah,
me so I
it's-
can put it on the Twitter. Just like random tweets. podcast.
Yeah, or I was like last Sunday night. These go up early Monday mornings. Last Sunday night, I was talking in a Discord server, and one of my buddies, Mad Dog Manic, what a guy. He's just like,
Odd.
dude, when's the next podcast coming up? Like, we weren't even talking about it. It's awesome to know that you guys are listening, participating.
And
Just
I love-
all of it.
Yeah, I love
Super-
responding to comments on YouTube.
Super awesome to us. So, with all that in mind, thank you for listening to Experimental Reality. We'll be back next week with more experimental content. Experimental Reality is executive produced by me, Luke. Our multimedia coordinator is Chayan. General manager is Josh. Music provided by our good friend Jason. You can find us at Experimental Reality on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play Music, and Podbean. If you want to get in touch with us, email us at experimentalrealitypodcast@gmail.com or connect with us on Twitter at ERPod. Thank you once again for spending time with us. Hope to hear from you soon. Catch you next week. It's Experimental Reality.
imagine living without Spotify.
Oh.
Terrible.